Alright, so let's dive into air mass thunderstorms. These again are the MT air masses, right? So it's the thunderstorm that's caused by the marine tropic air mass, so really hot, really humid. There's 3 stages of an air mass thunderstorm. So the first stage is the cumulus stage, kind of a lovely stage actually. You basically just form a cumulus cloud. And the second stage is the mature stage. As you can see, this is when the bad stuff starts happening. And then the last stage is the dissipating stage, kind of. These two are actually pretty well named. All of them are pretty easy for names. Anyway, let's dive into them. So, cumulus stage. Basically, this is when you have the updrafts. The air is rising, the air is hitting that cooling, condensation cooling level, and it starts to form the drops, and a lot of them, right? You start to form a cumulus cloud, and then you start to form the cumulus nimbus cloud. Okay. It says in here, once it hits the freezing level, which, again, depending on where you are, most of the country, this will apply, the Bergeron process happens. When that happens, the precipitation starts to get too heavy. When it gets too heavy, it starts to fall. Okay. And these downdrafts are actually helped through cool air. Cool air is coming in, the downdrafts kind of get strengthened. It's called entrainment. So wait, if we've got updrafts and downdrafts in the cumulus stage, what exactly marks or begins the mature stage? That is actual falling precipitation, be it rain, be it hail, be it drizzle, something that's actually coming out of the cloud. Okay. And here you get updrafts and downdrafts together, working to keep this system going. Now you'll notice that this in the picture, it kind of spreads out at the top. That is actually when it gets to hit the stratosphere, which is spelled wrong in here. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, that's where it hits the stratosphere. And so it's kind of really neat to be driving down the road and seeing a cloud and seeing it start to spread out, because then you know you are looking at the tropopause, the boundary between the troposphere and the stratosphere. That's really cool. Like, it's marked out for you, even though it's like this invisible line in the atmosphere that you can never really see. You can see it when the clouds are high enough. So I think that's really cool. Now, the dissipating stage. Well, this is when the storm begins to die. And in the dissipating stage, it's just downdrafts. Just full downdrafts, sinking, pulling the rest of the water out of the cloud. Now, it's also interesting that for a thunderstorm, 20% of the water that leaves is actually hits the ground as precipitation. 80% of it is evaporated before it can hit the ground. So next time you're in a storm, you know, you're caught out, I don't know, Disney, out for a walk somewhere, and the storm is just torrential and it's coming down and you are getting soaked, just think 80% of the water that left the cloud is getting evaporated. Isn't that cool? How much more wet would you be? Awesome, awesome. Alright, so here's a picture for those of you that like pictures. You got the downdrafts, you got the updrafts. It's kind of flipped from the other ones, but downdrafts, updrafts. You even get a little developing cell out here. So as this is dying out, that one's growing. And you get your overshooting, or so your anvil head, which is the spread out of the stratosphere. So this is the tropopause right here. This actually makes it into the stratosphere. So pretty neat. Now, where do these air mass thunderstorms occur? You're like, well, MT, obviously it's going to be here. Actually, Florida storms are more convergence than air masses. Yes, we can get a few of them, but they're more convergent thunderstorms than air mass thunderstorms. Anyway, where do they occur? Mountainous regions, the Rockies, Appalachians. Those guys really do get that huge number of air mass thunderstorms.